Mountains. They dominate the skyline, towering above everything around them, monuments of time, nature, and the forces that have shaped our planet. From the mighty Himalayas to the Andes, these colossal structures seem eternal. But what if I told you that some of the biggest mountains to ever exist were shaped not just by geological forces, but by something far more intriguing? Prehistoric life. Welcome to Amazing World Facts, where today we will journey deep into Earth's ancient past to uncover the mysterious connection between prehistoric life and the creation of the world's most monumental natural wonders. Could it be that life itself, long before humans roamed the Earth, played a direct role in the formation of some of the most colossal landforms in history? Let's dive into the fascinating story of how prehistoric life helped build the biggest mountains the Earth has ever seen. Before we get to the prehistoric life forms, let's first understand what defines a mountain. Scientifically speaking, a mountain is a large landform that rises significantly above its surroundings, usually with steep slopes, a distinct summit, and substantial elevation. Mountains can be formed through volcanic activity, tectonic shifts, or the erosion of softer land around harder rock formations. Over millions of years, these geological processes have shaped the landscapes we see today. But there is another, lesser-known force that has contributed to the creation of mountains: ancient life. While tectonic plates, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions are critical in the formation of mountains, certain life forms, prehistoric organisms, played an indispensable role in creating some of the largest mountains in history. But how did they do it? Let's travel back in time to 500 million years ago, when Earth's oceans were filled with life, primitive yet bustling with activity. In this vast, watery world, organisms like corals and early marine creatures flourished, building massive structures known as carbonate reefs. Carbonate reefs, formed primarily by the skeletons of marine organisms, are made of calcium carbonate, a hard, durable substance. As these marine organisms died, their skeletons piled up layer upon layer over millions of years, creating vast underwater structures that would later become towering mountains. Through the slow movement of tectonic plates, these once submerged reefs were thrust upward, forming mountain ranges. The power of life, combined with the Earth's geological forces, gave birth to some of the planet's most colossal peaks. The Himalayas, known as the roof of the world, are the tallest mountains on Earth. But did you know that at the highest elevations, far above sea level, scientists have discovered fossils of marine life? Fossils of ammonites, trilobites, and other prehistoric sea creatures have been found in the rock layers of the Himalayas, remnants of ancient oceans that existed long before these mountains were born. About 50 million years ago, the Indian subcontinent collided with the Eurasian plate, creating the immense pressure that forced the land upward to form the Himalayas. But here's the fascinating part. Many of the rocks that were pushed upward were once part of ancient seabeds, filled with the remains of prehistoric marine life. The calcium carbonate from these prehistoric creatures contributed to the formation of limestone and marble that make up much of the Himalayas today. Essentially, the remains of ancient marine life helped build the world's tallest mountain range. Fast forward to modern times, and the Great Barrier Reef stands as the largest living structure on Earth. It's an impressive example of how life can shape the planet on a grand scale. But the idea that living organisms can form monumental structures isn't new. In fact, the ancestors of today's coral reefs played a similar role in mountain building long ago. The massive reef systems that existed during the Paleozoic and Mesozoic eras were far larger than anything seen today. These ancient reefs, built by coral-like organisms and other marine species, stretched for thousands of kilometers, creating underwater mountain chains. Over time, as the Earth's surface shifted, many of these underwater mountains became part of continental mountain ranges. The prehistoric reefs that dominated the Earth's oceans millions of years ago laid the foundations for many mountain ranges we see today. These ancient reefs, once teeming with life, are now immortalized in the rock formations that make up parts of modern-day mountains. The Appalachian Mountains are another example of how ancient life has shaped the Earth's landscape. This vast mountain range, which extends across eastern North America, was once part of an ancient supercontinent called Pangaea. Hundreds of millions of years ago, during the Paleozoic era, shallow seas covered much of the land. These seas were home to an abundance of marine life, including coral reefs and other organisms that contributed to the formation of limestone. Limestone, formed from the skeletal remains of marine organisms, is a major component of the Appalachian Mountains. Over millions of years, tectonic forces pushed these layers of limestone upward, creating one of the oldest mountain ranges in the world. Similarly, the Alps, another famous mountain range, owe much of their formation to ancient marine life. The limestone and dolomite that make up a significant portion of the Alps were formed from the remains of marine organisms that lived in ancient seas. These materials were later uplifted during the collision of the African and Eurasian plates, giving rise to the majestic peaks we see today. One of the earliest and most important contributors to the formation of Earth's landscape were stromatolites, layered structures created by cyanobacteria, some of the oldest life forms on Earth. Stromatolites are among the most ancient biological structures, dating back over 3.5 billion years. These simple organisms thrived in Earth's early oceans, forming vast mounds of calcium carbonate. Over time, the accumulation of stromatolite structures helped build the foundation for many of Earth's ancient landforms. In some regions, entire mountain ranges are composed of the calcium carbonate left behind by these prehistoric life forms. Fossilized stromatolites have been found in places like Western Australia and Greenland, embedded in rock formations that were once part of ancient seabeds. These humble organisms played a crucial role in shaping the planet's surface, contributing to the creation of some of Earth's earliest mountains. As we've seen, the mountains we admire today are not just products of tectonic forces and geological time, but are also shaped by life itself. Prehistoric organisms, from coral reefs to stromatolites, played an essential role in the creation of some of the largest mountains the Earth has ever known. These fossils, these remnants of ancient life, are reminders that Earth's history is one of profound connection between the living and the non-living world. The story of our planet's mountains is, in many ways, the story of life itself, forever etched in stone. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating explorations of the natural world here on Amazing World Facts.